Hi, I'm Oscar Ortega. I'm with the Southern Illinois University of Carbondale SHIP chapter, and I'd like to propose an idea. This idea is based off of the case studies that we did in our NELA conferences this past year. At this NELA conference, what we did was we fixed problems from within our chapters and amongst our chapters using apps. And so the way we did this is we mocked up an app using Appery and some storyboarding tools. And so what I'd like to show you today is the mock-up of the app that my group developed. Our app targeted communication amongst chapters, so that way we can keep our large familia together. Because when it comes down to it, SHIP's really all about being a family. And the biggest thing to staying a family, staying a close-knit family, is communication. So while we were there, we did some research to prove that this is actually a problem. And out of the about 150 people there representing their chapter, we interviewed 55 of them. And out of those 55, there are about 40% that only contacted another chapter once or twice a month, and another 20% that never contact another chapter. So that's a total of about 60% that rarely contact any other chapters. And so we found that a little disturbing because we were able to link communication as one of our biggest problems. If you think about it, communication is the trickle down. If you're not communicating well, you're not able to find out the solutions to your problems. You're not able to find funding and all these other things. It trickles down. And so the app we developed really targeted that. And what I would like to propose is that we start developing this mock-up into a prototype. And I'd like to do that with the help of any chapter that's interested in Region 6. We're going to use Region 6 as a test area once it's prototyped, and we'll use it to gather data and see if we can make this into a national thing. It was designed as a national thing, but we're going to start off small. And so what I am proposing is that use this as a way to get computer science majors involved. There will be programming involved. We haven't decided what languages, we haven't decided what program, but when that's all decided, application forms will be sent so that way people can start applying. So we're using applications so that way the project doesn't have too many people working on it. Things don't get redundant. It's a lot easier to handle. So keep that in mind when you're recruiting this year. We will have this opportunity come up sometime this semester. I will keep everybody notified. Me, as well as Elicio, our student representative, will help keep everybody in the loop on this. But I would like to get it up and running and prototyped by the end of the semester. So, right now I'm going to show you the mock-up of the app. Alright, there we go. So what you're looking at is we have two pages on this app. One's the national page and one's the regional page. On the national page, you can view several links on a carousel that are clickable. You can jump to the site. Sites such as SHIP Connect, ship.org, things that are very useful to go to but are sometimes hard to find. Also on this national page, you'll find the SHIP eBoard tile and the wiki tile. So the SHIP eBoard tile is going to be a forum. On this forum, any eBoard member can post things such as their problems, and any other eBoard member out of any chapter, part of any region, can comment back up to them. So let's say I'm having a problem with getting sponsors. I post what my problem is. Somebody outside of Region 6 tells me something that I don't think will really help me out, but somebody, let's say in Region 2, offers me a better solution, and I roll with that. They help me out. I'm able to get what I needed done, and that was because we were able to stay communicating. The wiki page is a place also for eBoard members where you can view other chapter's document. So let's say my chapter's been having a rough time with our NRPs, and so I just need a better idea of what it should look like, what it should sound like. And so I go ahead and go to the wiki page. I can go to any region, view anybody's documents. So anybody's documents that they felt okay sharing. So now I have a good idea of what I should make my NRP look like. So we're helping each other become better at what we're doing. So that's the national page. I'd like to point out right now that everything I'm showing you will be accessible to anybody. You can advertise this to like incoming students, potential new members. They could come and see what SHIP's all about for themselves. Things like the SHIP eBoard and the wiki tile are planned to be only eBoard accessible, but things like this, the links are going to be available. And continuing on, when you go over to the region, you can check out whichever region you're in. I'm going to go with Region 1 for now. So it takes me to the Region 1 region page. Here, once again, anybody can view this. So if you had potential members, if you want to show your SHIP junior chapters what's going on in the undergraduate level, the collegiate level, then this would be the place that you can be like, hey, just check this out. So on the regional page, what we have is the SHIP Spotlight. The SHIP Spotlight is a place where your representative can go ahead and give kudos and just a shout out to any chapter doing anything fantastic, doing anything great. You have the Professional Chapter Directory, which is a place where you could go to find the professional chapter nearest you and get in contact with them. And finally, we have our regional announcements. This is a place where this one, only eBoard can post, but anybody can view. So this is a place where your eBoard can go and announce things that are happening in their chapters, and so the regional announcement gathers together all those chapter announcements of events. So that way, if I happen to go to Region 1 at any point, I can check out what events they got going on, and I could come support them in any way I can. The Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter tiles are specifically linked through hashtags. So the idea is if you put a particular hashtag in anything you want viewed by anybody, you can hashtag it, and let's say I pull up the Facebook. These will be posts from any chapter within Region 1, as long as that post was hashtagged properly, which will be announced and decided after the prototyping has been developed. And so it's a place where you can just go and, view what all the other chapters are doing. You can keep up with their social media. The chapters all just come into the regional page. So like I said, this would be something that's great for communication. I feel it would be very helpful if we're able to get this done. And once we get Region 6 done as the testing, we can go ahead and see how it would work on a national level. And so it'd be great for a lot of things, for communicating with all your other chapters, of course, but also for things for like recruiting, because now you have something where it's not people taking your word that we're a great thing, but people able to go and see for themselves. They're able to go look at what other regions are doing. They're able to go see what all the talk is about. And so I feel this would be a very powerful tool and just a great thing for us to get started. So I will keep in touch, and I will continue to pass along my contact information for anybody who has any questions. My email is also in this email, as well as some other contact information. And I will once again keep in touch about anything that we decide to do with this project. Thank you.